What is up, YouTubians? Kuda Below here, coming at you with another exciting video. And in this one, I wanted to show everybody how I cut into some nice finishing wood without getting any splinters. So as you can see, I don't have any splinters after I did this cut. One tip or trick I will teach everybody is if you are going to use this type of wood, like this is like a finishing plywood, I guess it's nice on both sides, is to go ahead and mark the area that you need to cut. What's going on in this do-it-yourself project, home project, is I'm building an extra shelf in my kitchen cabinet. So in my kitchen cabinet, I just wanted one more shelf so I can put some spices and that kind of stuff. Pretty low duty, but probably this is over engineered. But anyways, let's get to the point. Okay, so the first thing I did was I marked out the section I need to cut. This is a 1" by 4" beam that's inside of my cabinets. I definitely don't want to cut into that because that would decrease the strength of the cabinet. What I want to do is I want to cut into this little tiny shelf that's just going to hold up, a few little spice bottles and that kind of thing. Anyways, first thing I did was I marked off the section I needed to cut. This is a 1" by 4" beam that I'm basically going to need to cut off. As you can see, I've already cut this side, so that way you can just go right in there. But one important thing too is to make sure you measure your right side, or mark your right side and your left side before doing anything. That way you know when you go to measure how much you need to cut, you're not going to screw up the left and the right, etc. Okay, so I measured out my 1 by 4, and then I kind of did like a little extra 1/4 inch just in case, just to accommodate for some imperfections in the wood and the wall and etc. Maybe the original installers didn't do things the right way, so I just want to make sure I've got like at least a little bit of a 1/4 inch there. So this is my original mark. That was my 1/4 inch extra, and then I went all the way across. Okay, using a Sharpie, that's how I did that. Okay, next step in the process was after I got everything marked, I put X's on the wood that I need to cut out. So it's very important because sometimes you might get disoriented when you're flipping the wood around, taking it to your garage from your cabinet or from your workplace, work surface, or whatever. So now that I'm at my cutting surface area, which is in my garage, on top of my washing machine, sorry, totally ghetto, you get the point. What I want to do is I want to score the wood with either a knife or some type of razor blade. So just something that you can make a nice little fine score mark on the wood on top of the Sharpie mark that you made. And what I do is I do that on every single side. So I did it here, I did it here, I did it across the back, I did it here, and I did it here. That way, when you grab your saw, right, the teeth of your saw are very rough on finished wood. So another trick is that sawing or doing the score mark, right, by cutting the wood will already cut into that finished wood. So at least you're not going to get any like pieces of wood that flip up. To show you another trick that I did, I got some 1" tape. This is pro tape, basically. You could use any tape you want to, masking tape, whatever. Just don't use duct tape because duct tape will rip off that finish. So you don't want to use that. But any kind of paper tape or masking tape is fine. Anyways, I put the tape down, right? And then I remarked the Sharpie mark that's on the wood and did it on the tape basically. So basically I laid down another piece of tape here and then I marked, that way I knew that I wouldn't cut out of the line, basically. You get the idea. But the whole point of that is the tape holds the finished side down, that very, very top layer of veneer, as you can see right there. So there's this dark layer, there's like a tan layer, and then there's a very thin little veneer on top, which is the finished side. So that's what I don't want to damage. So then basically, to show you what I did was when I peeled back the tape, so there was tape all over this thing, but when I peeled back the tape, as you can see, there's a nice surface there. There's no splinters that have come up or no uneven pieces or whatever. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take more tape, right, put that across the area that I need to cut. You get the idea, and then just retrace with the Sharpie to make the straight line again, so that way I know where I'm cutting. And then as I cut with the saw, I'm going to cut through the tape, and that way I don't damage the wood. So there you go. There's one little tip or trick that I do when I'm cutting finishing wood. Hopefully this little additional shelf in my kitchen cabinet will have many years of life and holding up spices and that kind of stuff. Anyways, down there in the description there down below, there are some links to some pretty cool products. Make sure you check those out. There's also a link to Cooter Malloy product reviews on Facebook. Make sure you visit that page, subscribe and like if you like what you're seeing. Here on YouTube, there should be a subscribe button either over here or over here. They keep moving it. But hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of this month. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you want to keep abreast of any new upcoming videos that are coming out. I've got tons of stuff coming. I'm building a microgreens little mini garden in my kitchen. I'll show you how that's all going to come out. And lastly, hit the like button. Like button, like button, like button. Make sure you hit that like button down there on YouTube. Anyways, I'm Kuda Malloy, and I will catch you all on the next video.